Dear students, good morning to one and all. Previous classes we will discuss about the aerobic respiration 3 steps. That is first step glycolysis, second step pyruvic acid oxidative decarboxylation, third step in Krebs cycle. Anyhow, in this glycolysis, in this pyruvate oxidative decarboxylation, in this Krebs cycle, to be formed reduced NADH2 and reduced FADH2. So totally 10 NADH2 and 2 FADH2 are formed. So these reduced NADH2 and reduced FADH2 to be stored in high energy. This high energy of NADH2 and FADH2 to be formed ATP, within the help of electrons, by means this NADH2 and this FADH2 to be released some amount of the electrons. These electrons each time to be released some amount of the protons. A single electron to be form of 2 protons. So these protons finally to be making the synthesis of ATP molecules. This is a common general process. In previous class, the photosynthesis, so also shown in electron transport system, that is cyclic electron transport and non-cyclic electron transport. So that is the cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In these two ways, some of the electrons to be moved from one carrier to another carrier, in the chloroplast. So in respiration is also some amount of the electrons to be moved one electron carrier to another electron carrier in the mitochondria. Dear students, photosynthesis takes place in chloroplast, but respiration takes place in mitochondria. So that is about the electron transport system in chloroplast or photosynthesis. This is about the electron transport system in respiration or electron transport system in mitochondria. Don't confuse here. Electron transport system are present in chloroplast. Electron transport system are present in mitochondria. Now today we are going to discuss about the electron transport system in respiration, short form ETS, and oxidative phosphorylation. So dear students, in this electron transport system involves 5 complexes. These are namely complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, complex 4, complex 5. So this is a complex 1, this is a complex 2, this is a complex 3, this is a complex 4, this is a complex 5. So now complex 1, so it takes place in NADH ubiquinone oxidoreductase, oxidation reactions and reduction reactions. That is complex 1. This is a complex 1 containing NADH ubiquinone. UQ means ubiquinone. Okay, now first one here, complex 1 containing NADH ubiquinone oxidoreductase. This is a one complex enzyme. Complex 1 containing NADH ubiquinone oxidoreductase. This is a complex 1 enzyme. And complex 2. And complex 2, that is succinate ubiquinone oxidoreductase. Succinate, that is succinic acid. Succinate or succinic acid ubiquinone oxidoreductase. Oxidation reactions or in reduction reactions. Next coming to complex 3. This is a complex 3. Complex 3 totally cytochrome C reductase. Cytochrome C reductase. So complex 3 cytochrome C reductase containing cytochrome B, cytochrome C1. Cytochrome B, cytochrome C1. And next coming to complex 4, that is cytochrome C oxidase. This is a complex 4. This complex 4 are having two cytochrome C oxidase containing cytochrome A1 and cytochrome A3. C by T means cytochrome, UQ means ubiquinone. And finally complex 5th, that is oxidative phosphorylation. Complex 5th, that is oxidative phosphorylation. Complex 5th containing ATP synthetase enzyme. Complex 5th containing ATP synthetase enzyme. So to be briefly discussed about one by one. So dear students, this is a mitochondria. Overall of the, this is a mitochondria, and this is a mitochondrial matrix, and this is a inner mitochondrial membrane, and this is a inner membrane space. Photosynthesis takes place in chloroplast, but respiration takes place in mitochondria. Okay, right? Okay, now already to be observed aerobic respiration 3 steps. That is, first step, glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm of the cell or cytosol of the cell. Second step, pyruvate oxidative decarboxylation takes place in mitochondria matrix. Third step in Krebs cycle takes place in mitochondrial matrix. And the last step and final step and the fourth step, that is electron transport system and oxidative phosphorylation, takes place in inner mitochondrial membrane. Inner mitochondrial membrane, that is IMM. That is IMM. Okay, now respiration are of 2 types. They are namely, first one aerobic respiration, second one anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration involves 4 steps. First step are here, glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm of the cell or cytosol of the cell. Okay, now this glycolysis are present in both respirations, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. This is a common step. Second step are here, aerobic respiration, pyruvate oxidative decarboxylation takes place in mitochondrial matrix. Third step in Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle or TCA cycle takes place in mitochondrial matrix. Fourth step, last step, the final step in aerobic respiration, that is electron transport system or ETS and oxidative phosphorylation, takes place in inner mitochondrial membrane, that is short form IMM. That is short form IMM. Okay, now so this is a mitochondria. So this is a mitochondrial matrix. This is a inner mitochondrial membrane. This is a inner membrane space. Already previous classes we will detail discuss about the glycolysis reactions and Krebs cycles reactions. Anyhow, in their glycolysis and in their Krebs cycle, to be form of some amount of the NADH2 and FADH2. FADH2. So anyhow, these NADH2 and FADH2 to be stored in the high amount of the energy. This high amount of the energy to be released with the help of electrons and protons. Finally, to be make a ATP molecules. Finally, to be make a ATP molecules. Okay, now first now we will discuss about the complex 1. This is a complex 1. This is a complex 1. So dear students, complex 1 containing NADH ubiquinone oxidoreductase enzyme. Okay now. So already in this Krebs cycle to be formed reduced NADH plus H plus, reduced NADH plus H plus within the oxidized NAD plus. So to be released electrons, these electrons to be reaching of the one prosthetic group, that is flavinomononucleotide, flavinomononucleotide. At the same time, these electrons to be released some amount of the protons, that is one electron each time to be released 2 protons. So 2 electrons to be released 4 protons. These 4 protons to be reach the inner membrane space. Inner membrane space. This is a complex 1. So these electrons to be reach ubiquinone. UB means ubiquinone. This is a complex 1. Okay now. The Krebs cycle or the citric acid cycle to be formation of some NaDH2 or some FaDH2 molecules. These are the reduced NaDH2 and reduced FaDH2. So first one, reduced NaDH2. So to be released electrons. So these electrons to be reach one prosthetic group, that is FMN. That is FMN. FMN means flavinomononucleotide. Flavinomononucleotide. So in this electron again to be reach UQ, that is ubiquinone. That is ubiquinone. So in this time, so these electrons at the same time to be reach some amount of the protons. So each time one electron to be formation of 2 protons. So 2 electrons to be formation of 4 protons. These 4 protons are occurs in the inner membrane space. Inner membrane space. And complex 2. Already in this Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle, so is also containing reduced NaDH2, at the same time containing FaDH2 between of the succinic acid and fumaric acid. Okay now, succinate and fumarate. Okay now, in this glycolysis to be formation of 2 reduced NaDH2 between of the glycerol 3 phosphate and 1,3 bisphosphobenzelic acid. At the same time, and pyruvate oxidative decarboxylation. So to be formation of reduced to NaDH2 between of the pyruvic acid and acetyl coenzyme A. That is the second step. That is the previous step in glycolysis. And third step are here glycolysis. So in this glycolysis to be formation of 6 NaDH2, in the formation of reduced to 6 NaDH2 between of the isocytric acid to oxalosuccinic acid and alpha ketobutaric acid to succinyl coenzyme A and fumaric acid to malic acid. Fumaric acid to malic acid. Okay now. So these are the 6 NaDH2 are formed, but FaDH2, 2 FaDH2 are formed between of the succinic acid and fumaric acid. Succinic acid and fumaric acid. Okay now. So in this, so succinic acid and fumaric acid between of them to be form a reduced FaDH2. This reduced FaDH2, so to be released some amount of the electrons. These electrons to be reached to another prosthetic group. Another prosthetic group, that is FAD. So that is flavinoadenine dinucleotide. Flavinoadenine dinucleotide. Why? Because complex 1 and complex 2 containing prosthetic groups. Why? Because these prosthetic groups are here iron copper proteins and easily to be receiving of the electrons. Easily to be receiving of the electrons and reach of the another electron carrier. Another electron carrier. Okay now. And FAD in those of electrons again to be reach of ubiquinone. Again to be reach of ubiquinone. Already complex 1 electrons and complex 2 electrons to be reach UQ, that is ubiquinone. So in this oxidized ubiquinone, already receiving of electrons, in this time to be having to reduced ubiquinone. Reduced ubiquinone, that is ubiquinol. That is ubiquinol. So this process is known as ubiquinone pool. ubiquinone pool. Oxidized ubiquinone get reduced to ubiquinol, then after again reduced ubiquinone, again oxidized ubiquinol, that is ubiquinone pool. Okay, now complex 1 of electrons and complex 2 of electrons to be reached mid of the ubiquinone, okay. Now next complex 3. So in those of is the same time these electrons to be released of some amount of the protons, that is 4 protons. Why? Because 2 electrons. Each time one electron to be formation of 2 protons, that is 2 electrons. So to be formation of how many protons? 4 protons. So NaDH2 to be formation of 4 protons, FaDH2 to be formation of 4 protons. Complex 1 are replacing one positive group, that is FMN, flavinyl mononucleotide. Complex 2 replacing another positive group, that is FAD, flavinoadenine dinucleotide. Okay, now don't confuse here. This is a flavino mononucleotide. This is a flavinoadenine dinucleotide. Okay, now flavino mononucleotide, mono. This is a flavinoadenine dinucleotide. So in this electron to be reached complex 3, that is cytochrome C reductase. So this electron will be receiving of first cytochrome B, then will be oxidized to cytochrome B, then it will get reduced, and again cytochrome B to be released of electrons to be reached of cytochrome C1. So in this step to be that is also reduced cytochrome C1. First of all are oxidized cytochrome B's, cytochrome C1, then electrons to be received of the electrons, then will be converted reduced to cytochrome B and reduced to cytochrome C1. So in these electrons to be reached cytochrome C. Okay, now so cytochrome C are between complex 3 and complex 4. Cytochrome C between of the complex 3, complex 4, this is a smaller size of the protein. So occurs in the tight space in inner membrane space. This is a to be act of mobile carrier. Between complex 3 and complex 4. Why? Because both are cytochrome C components. One is cytochrome BC1, another one is cytochrome A1A3. Already in photosynthesis, the cyclic photophosphorylation or cyclic electron transport and non-cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic electron transport. So in those of electrons to be reached one electron carrier to another electron carrier with the help of mainly cytochrome BC1. Anyhow, so any process in their photosynthesis process or respiration process, electrons to be moved from one carrier to another carrier with the help of cytochrome complex, that is mainly cytochrome BC1 complex. But in this respiration process, mainly to be replaced with cytochrome C. Okay, now so cytochrome C is a small protein and mobile carrier between of the complex 3 and complex 4, and cytochrome C occurs or takes place in inner membrane space, and in those of electrons to be reached complex 4, that is cytochrome A1 and cytochrome A3. So in this step to be electron reach molecular oxygen. So to be form of one water molecule. Already mitochondrial matrix containing 2 protons. Generally to be form of 4 protons. So 4 protons to be splitting. 2 protons are in mitochondrial matrix and the remaining 2 protons are transported in inner membrane space. from A, second from A3. Okay now. So to be form of two protons, another electron to be reach half O2 molecule to be reach molecular oxygen. So to be formation of one water molecule, Finally, so those electrons to be transported one carrier to another carrier. Finally reach of the molecular oxygen. That is called electron transport system. In this pathway, so those electrons transported one carrier to another carrier. Finally reach of the molecular oxygen. That is called the electron transport system to be form a one water molecule. Okay now. And remaining some protons are released. These protons occupy in the inner membrane space. So these protons are to be reached complex fifth. So in this electron transport system are involved mainly complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, complex 4. Some amount of the electrons to be transferred one carrier to another carrier. Finally reach final carrier by meaning reach of the molecular oxygen to be formation of one water molecule. In this electron transport system or in this electron transport chain to be formation of one water molecule utilizing of the complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, complex 4. But complex fifth electron transport system of complex fifth only utilizing in the synthesis of ATP molecules, that is oxidative phosphorylation. Complex fifth takes place in oxidative phosphorylation. So now this is a complex fifth. So complex fifth containing ATP synthetase enzyme. So ATP synthetase enzyme consists of two parts. One is F0, second one is F1. So F0 that is base piece, F1 that is head piece. This is a head, this is a base piece or tail piece. Okay now. Complex fifth containing ATP synthetase enzyme. This ATP synthetase enzyme consisting of two major parts. First major part are here F0 that is base piece or tail piece or stalk piece. Second one is here F1 that is head piece. Okay now. So F0 is always integral membrane of protein. F0 is always to be constricted integral membrane of protein. F1 is also consisting of permeable membrane of protein. Permeable membrane of protein occurs in the mitochondrial matrix. And F0 consists of integral membrane of protein takes place in inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay now. F1 consisting of permeable membrane protein takes place in mitochondrial matrix. So what is the use of F0? F0 is also to be act of proton channel. So F1 is also to be act of synthesis of ATP molecules. So dear students, already the inner membrane space containing 10 protons. But here, so the inner membrane space are also to be containing higher proton concentration gradient. The inner membrane space are containing higher proton concentration gradient. So in this time, so some of the protons to be moved downward of the concentration gradient. So to be reach of the mitochondrial matrix within the help of enzyme ATP synthease enzyme. enzyme. ATP synthesis enzyme. Already in photosynthesis, so the lumen containing higher concentration of proton gradient. At the same time, so in this time the higher concentration of gradient of protons to be move lower concentration of the stroma. So to be help of the ATP synthesis enzyme. At the same time in mitochondria, the inner membrane space are containing higher concentration gradient. The mitochondrial matrix containing lower concentration gradient. So the protons is always move higher concentration region to lower concentration region with the help of F0, that is proton channel. Proton channel. So anyhow the proton channel each time to be carrying up 3 protons. Each time to be carrying up 3 protons. These 3 protons to be reach of the head piece. In this time, so the head piece of ATP synthesis enzyme to be active and release of some amount of the energy, that is ADP plus Pi to be form of ATP. So anyhow each time 3 protons to be form of 1 ATP molecules. 3 protons to be form of 1 ATP molecules. This is a common phenomenon. 3 protons to be making a 1 ATP molecules. This is a common phenomenon. But in this Krebs cycle, so one NADH2 oxidized 1 NADH2 to be form of 3 ATP molecules. One oxidized NADPH molecules to be form of 3 ATP molecules. Oxidized FADH2 to be form of 2 ATP molecules. 2 ATP molecules. Generally, 1 electron equal to 2 protons, but 3 protons to be form of 1 ATP molecule. Okay, now in generally the common process are here. 1 electron to be similar of 2 protons, and these 3 protons to be form of 1 ATP molecule. But in this Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle, oxidized NADH2 to be formation of each time 3 ATP molecules. That is 1 NADH2 equal to 3 ATP molecules, and oxidized FADH2 to be formation of 2 ATP molecules. That is 1 FADH2 equal to 2 ATP molecules. 2 ATP molecules. By means every time oxidized NADH2 to be formation of 3 ATP molecules. Every time oxidized FADH2 to be formation of 2 ATP molecules. Only in this Krebs cycle, and also pyruvate oxidative decarboxylation. But in this glycolysis, every time oxidized NADH2 to be formation of only 2 ATP molecules. 2 ATP molecules. This is very important area. In this glycolysis, every time oxidized NADH2 to be formation of 2 ATP molecules. But pyruvate oxidative decarboxylation and Krebs cycle, every time oxidized NADH2 to be formation of 3 ATP molecules, and oxidized FADH2 to be formation of 2 ATP molecules. 2 ATP molecules. So here, what is the meaning of oxidative phosphorylation? By means the synthesis of ATP molecules, from ADP and inorganic phosphate coupled inorganic phosphate coupled within the from any substrate to molecular oxygen. Any substrate to molecular oxygen. That is called oxidative phosphorylation. Complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, complex 4. Both are involved exclusively electron transport system. Finally reach of the electron to be aspect of molecular oxygen to be form of 1 water molecule. And complex 5th exclusively oxidative phosphorylation. By means the synthesis of ATP molecules from adenosine diphosphate and inorganic phosphate coupling from the any substrate to molecular oxygen. That is called oxidative phosphorylation. So this is about the electron transport system in respiration and oxidative phosphorylation.
Okay, now thank you.